Please. Get cleaned up. Yeah, no doubt. Oh, I love it. Killer. Too many chairs, really. Oh. No, you don't want to be close to me. I'm loud.
Do you have any ideas on RFAs or topics or anything that's
From
handy or anything?
nothing. I've gotten no communication. I don't think they see me as anybody to contact.
RFAs that I actually do in a couple of weeks.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Even if there was a packet, it wouldn't be so great.
Right, so it could be an issue of like scheduling the meeting too early, really.
Yeah, well,
Because how would I?
We always used to do June.
Okay, it's really confusing. When we called, it was almost like the vibe we got off of it was like, "What are you talking about?" It's like, is this not the thing? I'm standing here with Cal. Like, right. What's the? How do we make an informed decision on it? Without any information. I know.
You're just gonna have to trust me.
Right. Dave. I mean, in the worst case scenario, like I said, if they come out with something before the actual convention, we can do like an emergency Zoom kind of thing. But that's the best of the best. So I don't.
haven't heard any buzz about like big major issues.
Right. So maybe they're just changing the font, changing the typeface. Just Cal, right?
If not,
Killer. Very cool.
Call Dave Monahan today.
Oh.
You know how to juggle.
No. Yeah. Just wait, there he is. Man of the hour. Okay. Pretty well settled in? Feeling good?
Well,
Okay. You got time. I'm just going to wait a couple minutes so we can. The Zoom starts at 6:40, just in case anybody wants to weigh in, because we do have to cover the delegate budget this meeting. Do you know if we have a quorum? That'd be a great question to ask. I wish I knew. Are you, yeah, Dave is 10. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, we'll find out. I don't know. I've never seen a list. I thought it was like 9.
20%.
Yeah.
20%.
Yeah. Used to be 12, 11. So 11.
We have
It's 11.
38 members.
So yeah.
Okay, great. That's sweet. I'm going to start this thing. Cool. So the as far as the business meeting goes, it's really just the kind of covering what needs to be covered for the delegate, which is Dave Foster. We voted on that last time. That's been confirmed. He's here today. Start the video. There we go. Okay. And then okay. Killer.
So Dave's the delegate. Is there an alternate also?
I don't think we've set up for an alternate.
No, okay, I was just wondering.
Is that something we want to do? I don't know.
Can't afford it.
Yeah. All right. Well, we can vote on that. That doesn't have to be this is a democracy here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, of course. Okay. Give them a few minutes to roll in. Is there any other business we need to cover that anyone can think of or needs to bring up? We do have I can read over no, I can't. Someone can pull up the treasurer's budget because that's the only other thing I can think of. Thank you. Well, I've got every device used. I'll take it. Oh, yeah. You're learning.
Did you do the voting on the amount of stipend?
No, that's today. Current budget. Let's just go over this real quick while we wait for anybody else. Current account balance is $8,111.04. Do you know? Let's see.
So basically, the only difference from the last report is that we received the dues from the home office.
Okay.
So we received all the dues. We do have one member that hasn't paid, we have a new member. So we have to go out and check the dues.
Oh, is that?
Yes.
Got it.
Other than that, we got it. It says we have 30, what did I say, 38 members.
38. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's.
Yeah.
I did speak with. I spoke with Jean a little bit previously. In delegate budgets, we've usually done 750. Is that correct?
Last year we did 750.
Last year we did 750, and so there's no one in the Zoom. we can take a quick vote. We can discuss it for a little bit if you guys want. I don't know if that seems like enough, not enough, too much. You know, open. We gotta let it ride from Schulte.
I think we can push $50 in it.
Push 50
No,
to 800.
800.
Okay.
I don't agree.
Any other thoughts on it? You know, I don't want to.
I think 750 is quite enough. I mean, it's more than covering the extra day and incidental meals.
Yeah, the airplane tickets.
But they're buying a ticket anyway to go.
Sure.
We're only covering the extra stuff.
I know. I move that everybody contribute one penny.
You're asking to raise dues.
Yeah. Right.
And what's the standard price you'd like to introduce for a tuning
Right.
and follow
Can't
antitrust?
talk about it.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to. That's fun. Cool. Dave, any thoughts? Have you been
I
to?
feel like I shouldn't. I'm a little biased, but
Sure.
you know, I
Well,
don't have it.
I do want to ask, who else has been a delegate before? Clark, Cal, Jean. So 4? You've been a delegate before? Is this okay? So it's the 4 of you. So, I mean, you guys have the hands-on experience. Clark, do you have any weigh in on that at all? Having been there and done it, because I've never done it either. So.
Well, you know, we used to only send 2 people. We had a delegate and we had an alternate, because that's how I started, with Richard Bittner as the delegate and me being the alternate. And we had substantially more money in the budget back then too. Yeah.
Okay.
So, you know, out of deference to Dave, I want to say, yeah, we ought to bump it up a little bit more. But on the other hand, 750, that I don't know.
That's a lot.
Okay. Yeah. I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted some kind of weight in there.
I will say that the delegate meeting used to be 2 full days.
Yeah.
Oh.
But now it's only 1 day.
Oh, okay.
So technically we're only covering 1 day.
Gotcha. Yeah. Ready for a vote?
What are we voting on?
So let's start with Cal's motion to move it to 800. Let's start there.
Okay.
All in favor?
Oh.
Yeah, Cal, trust me. Okay, and all opposed? 3. Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like now let's move to the let it ride sentiment of the group. 750 for this year, just like we did last year. All in favor? Or do we need to set? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, it's these rules. Okay.
I'll second.
He's very flexible. He's very flexible. Yeah. So all in favor of 750? I have a absolute. Not ChatGPT, just I've got a archived live stream. Yeah, she could be watching right now, taking notes. Thank you. So So it did seem like you guys did kind of half raise your hands, but it did seem like the 750 passed. So that's what we'll do for this year is what I'm gathering.
Yes, yes.
Sorry?
Anybody
Who
opposed?
opposed?
Oh,
Anybody opposed?
nothing. Okay. Next order of business.
And just to confirm, Mr. Foster is our delegate, 'cause I'm
Correct.
writing this chapter.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, that is correct. Next order of business, any new business? Does anyone have anything related to budgetary, inner working things? Is it time to vote for a new president? When does that happen? Okay. So then from there,
It is, actually, you are supposed to vote, but you don't have any meetings set prior to September.
I do. I have in August. Yes, I have in August. That's part of business. Hey, the next meeting.
Well, now, when we changed the bylaws, did we change the voting dates? Did we have anything to do with that?
Nominations.
I don't remember.
I don't
We need to vote on those nominations.
That'd be awesome.
Introduced in March and voted on
I'm
in
sensing
November, so
president.
since we don't do that, so we don't need a remote either here, do you?
God. So our next meeting is scheduled for August 18th. If you guys want to put that in your calendars, 6 p.m. Solich, Troy, piano there. They've got a special speaker coming in, Hannah Beckett, who runs the Piano Buyer's Guide. She also runs, or no, sorry, that's it. That's all she runs. There's, I think she's 18th. It's a Tuesday. Yeah, it's a Tuesday. That's right. Yep. Because
PTG Journal has it.
PTG and I think the PTN as well. That's what I was thinking of as the PTN. It's a Tuesday because Hannah Beckett's coming. Yep. They've got a special speaker down there. And then I'm still looking for speakers on that as well to give technicals. I do have one in the can, but I don't know when he's going to be able to come down. If you guys remember Aaron Sandner, he's offered to give a talk on his work with Renner on hanging hammers. He used to be out in Arizona, so that'd be kind of interesting. That's the only other one I have, but still looking for speakers. Please email me. I need help. That sounds great. Because then after that August, there's going to be one more meeting this year. I'm looking at late October or early November. I'll try to stick to a Monday. That's going to be the only oddball Tuesday. But it's always going to be the same, where you can tune in with the live stream or the Zoom call, so you can be part of the process there, even if you can't make it physically.
Do we have anything set up for that meeting?
The August meeting?
No, the,
Oh, a date? I don't have a date.
or,
A venue? I don't have a venue either.
well, I just thought I brought this up to a couple people. If people are familiar with the Strato keyboards, they're the narrower keyboards,
Okay.
and we're having one made for a customer, and we're going to assemble it and put it in the piano sometime around the fall.
Oh,
So if there was interest in it, first of all,
Mhm.
that could be a.
Oh. cool. Yeah, that'd be,
Sounds interesting.
yeah, definitely. So we can kind of soft plan then, maybe.
Yeah, it just
Well,
depends
of
on
course.
how it,
Lines up.
when we get it.
Long time from now. That's for sure. Okay, great. Yeah. So that, I think that concludes the business meeting, like I said, unless there's any other kind of notion that we need to get into. No? All right. All good. So then, Dave, if you're ready for your technical, let me just get out of your way. Oh, and then let me get you.
Hello, everyone. I'm not sure if everybody knows me, but while I boot this up, I'll do a little introduction here. So I started in this chapter. In fact, I'm still a member of this chapter. In 97, 98, I worked at the a dealership of Ola Music for 14 years. I was a dealer tech. And my mentors at the time, who was Bruce Carter, David Anderson, both of them are passed away now. Scott Nelson, I learned a lot from him. and then Ken Miller. If anybody remember him?
Short little redhead guy.
Yeah, Ken. So yeah, I worked with those four, and Bruce taught me how to tune, and he was a member of the guild, and I was not. And he's like, "You need to join the guild, and you're going to be treasurer." I'm like, "Okay." So I joined in 98, and I became treasurer in 99. He says that's the best way to get to know people and kind of get to know the budget and the workings of how everything kind of flows. And so I was treasurer for, I don't know, 6-7 years, I think. Yeah. And I got to learn a lot about the chapter and about how everything works. So I was at the dealership for 14 years. And then in 2011, I left the dealership. I became a subcontractor with them, but I built up a pretty good clientele just around the Detroit area here, about 1,200, maybe 1,500 customers. And I did that while I raised the kids. It made perfect sense for me, and I learned a lot about running a business. And a resource that I always came back to was the PTG. It's something that we sort of grow together in, and there's lots and lots of people that just know what we're going through. It's like you put a couple of piano technicians in a room, they can talk for hours, and they're not going to talk to anybody else. So in 2020, I took a job at MSU. So I'm currently now the piano technician at State. I've been there for about 6 years now. And what we do there mainly, we sort of have two areas of focus. First of all, during the semester, essentially just tune, regulate, and we have this idea of we make the pianos disappear for the students and for the professors. We don't want anything to go wrong with the pianos, so we're always proactive in making things work. Even when they're working fine and we think they might not work, we still regulate, we're still tuning. We don't want things to go wrong. Especially we have 6 now concert Ds in 4 different venues. They get tuned every single day. And then we have most of the pianos we have are Bs, Steinway Bs, and lots of Ls, Bostons, Yamahas. We have 7 Yamahas, 7-foot Yamahas. And it's a constant rotation of painting the Mackinac Bridge. Like, you start at one end, you work your way to the other, and when you get done, you're right back at the beginning. And that's rebuilding. Hammers, keys, key tops, lots of bushings, rebuilding. Hammers, keys, key tops, lots of bushings. It's just essentially in the shop 40 hours a week. So that's what I do. And one of the resources that I always go back to is the PTG. And about 6 years ago, I gave this demonstration that the website that they offer. Is everybody here a member of the guild? No? Okay. So with the membership of the guild, you get access to the website. Now, the website has lots of interesting things that can be extremely resourceful, including, Steve, chapter technicals that you can look at and recommend and even get recommendations from. There are lots of people that are posting there, hey, I'll do a technical, and I'll show you where that is. But let me get this booted up. I just want to, this is sort of not the whole website, but I wanted to sort of guide you through some of the really useful, nifty things that they've recently added. Now, the website's been around for quite a while, but they've recently added a bunch of things. Does anybody use this website at all? Yeah, a little bit. So when you first log in, where am I here? Okay, you get this page. This is just the main page. When you sign in, right, a PTG members tab will open up. And under that tab is pretty much just anything that you can think of that may or may not help you. I'm always looking at the events tab. What's going on? What are they providing? Here's June, July, October, November, March. They even, which is kind of funny, they have October next year, but they don't have the national next year because I don't think it's decided yet where they're going. I haven't heard anything about it.
It was in DC last year?
No, it's DC this year. Yeah. So yeah, I looked it up last week and they're still discussing it. It's kind of weird. They usually plan it out ahead, but I haven't heard anything this year about when they're gonna. But if you ever want to feel like you want to learn something, so the very first thing I want to show you is the Education Hub. For those of you who are just beginning, this is one of the niftiest things they've added recently, if it will load. What they've done is they've gathered all the different things that they used to teach. PACE used to be a thing. You remember that?
Something called CAUT, C-A-U-T.
That's college.
Yeah, it's just college and education, or college and university stuff. So this Education Hub has lots of different things that you can go into. Chapter Technical Library, that's for you, Steve. The PTG curriculum, the journal index, if you're looking for a mentor, they have that here. But one of the coolest things is the high-speed videos that Scott Murphy did. Yeah. If you want to see what the app Piano Action does at extremely slow video, like the string rotating or the bending of the shank, yeah, Scott's posted all those videos right here on the website for you to look at. If you want to learn how to fine-tune your oral tuning, there's this interactive tuning module that they've. What it allows you to do is virtually tune a note, a unison or an octave, to help you what you're listening for. So if you have problems with like hearing what partials and stuff to hear, this interactive video, this unison modules, is a really cool thing because you can move the wrench and you can hear the different beats and you can isolate the partials. It's really, really nifty. I'd do it for you, but you can discover it yourself later. Going back to the Education Hub, there's all the service manuals up here. In case you're working on a Kwai or a Steinway or something, you don't know what the factory dip is or the factory, what's the normal regulation specs are. Everything is going to be right there. It's pretty nifty tool to have if you're kind of caught like, I don't know what key height is supposed to be on an M or on a Baldwin, L. So it's going to be all right there. The next thing is the journal index. Let me go back to the PTG members and the online journal search. So they've indexed every single journal they've had since the 50s. So if you're looking for something to do, like you kind of figure out something how to do, like I recently had to do the key stickers, and I'm like, I haven't done that in quite a while, so I looked it up in the journal, and you can go in and search right here, and it'll give you a sortable list of all the articles from every single journal they've ever published. From the current journal, which is from 79, I think, 78, plus previously when it was the Piano Technicians Association, I think, goes back to like the 58, and even before that in the 40s. So lots, every single article on voicing, and you kind of really have to be specific of what you're looking for because And it'll give you the page number and the month it was in. So let's do voicing. I'm not sure if the search will. Yeah, 79 to present. So even the newest one that we just got will be on here as well.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead, Kirk.
See, and when I came in the '90s, and started going to conventions and stuff, they just started with the whole digital thing. They had it on CDs. Remember, they had a journal
Yep.
on CD, and they had 2 volumes of it. And one was from '79 to this year, and the next one was from this year to that year, whatever. And now they've got everything going clear back. And I know Brown, what was Paul Brown, ex-president of PTG, put
A lot of articles up there.
doing a lot of articles and stuff in there, and now it goes clear back to, oh gosh, I don't know, like you said, 50s or something.
So here's like from 9 to, yeah, so because of that, my stacks and stacks and stacks of journals have kind of disappeared. So
What do you do with it? Yeah, that's the question.
they've disappeared. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They've just gone away. Yeah. The last, what's really nifty is the PTG forums. Anybody on the forums at all in the discussions and stuff? So the my.ptg.org is just a place that it's just like a forum that you can go talk to about specific topics if you're looking into. I'm not sure. Maybe.
Like having a conversation with guys.
Yeah. But there's specific topics that you can register with. Like I'm a part of the. Yeah. Is the member directory. Anybody else use the member directory? Yeah. Yeah. So when I have a customer, especially now that I've moved to Lansing, when I have a customer call, that way you are a part of the sort of the idea of the guild. One of the things that we like to sort of support each other and kind of back each other. That's why we're members, and I've never felt any reason to leave the guild. The guild has supported me so much, and I've learned more from not only this chapter, but from the national technicians. And I highly, highly recommend reaching out to people that you may not know, just talking with them. I call, when I first started at Michigan State, it was my first university job. So I called, I don't know, a dozen different universities and like, hey, let's just talk. What am I doing here? Like, I kind of know, like, what's your routine? What's your concentration? I mean, what kind of steps can I take to make this easiest? Because nobody at the school, except for one other technician, she was there. But it was just the guild sort of helped kind of the idea of blending in to the university a lot less awkwardly. So at least for me, it works. Any questions about what the PTG website offers? The Education Hub is really, really nifty. They've just put everything together. If you're want to learn something new or learn something different, or if you're searching for the journal, like I remember reading an article 15 years ago about bushings. Where is that going to be? Just search the archive. So, yeah.
You know, I use the listing too for other texts because you can recommend somebody with confidence.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, guys, that's the most important
Yeah.
thing is I know you've gone through a guild, I know you're tested at some point. So I feel secure about recommending that person because I don't know them.
Mm-hmm.
And this is important because if you're going to recommend somebody, you want to know that they're capable of doing the job.
Yeah.
When they're moving out of your area or whatever. So I think it's super important, and I would like to see more of our members become techs. I think it's so important.
Yeah, I think it is important because a chapter. But it all, what is that saying? The tide rises all boats, sort of thing. We can all sort of learn from each other. And I think that this website and what they're putting together, there still are some issues with it. Like sometimes it has a hard time loading. The person who regulates it may or may not be like on top of things often. So just be patient with it as it grows. It's a pretty nifty website. I use it at least once or twice a week looking up something. So it's a resource that's completely free with our paid membership. Yeah, so, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very helpful in things if you're always looking up something because, you know, um, somebody might here not be available to talk on the phone if you're stuck someplace and want to do something.
Well, none of us know everything.
Yeah.
I mean, that's always the point too.
Yeah. Any questions at all? Comments? Anything at all? Yeah, I did. Again, I did this probably about 6 or 7 years ago, and they've made lots of improvements, and I'm hoping that they just make more improvements with it. So
I thought one of the things they did was they come up to speed on every journal now.
yeah,
There were times when they were still finding all those articles.
yeah, yeah, and it's the search is not perfect. I mean, again, you type in something and it's like it gives you 250 articles you got to go through. Like, ugh. So you got to kind of really be specific, and it's only going to bring up things that like are the exact match of searches. So, okay, I think that's it for now. Yeah.
Thanks,
Okay.
Dave.
That was very good.
Yeah.
You disconnect your laptop.
Yep.
You can also tell us a little bit about damping.
Oh, muting. I mean, I could, but I don't have any like demonstrations here for you. I'm always trying to come up with technicals and classes and things that I've learned over the years that have helped me. One of the things you probably know this, most of you probably already know this, but efficiency is the killer of tunings, or lack of efficiency, I should say. And two people were prominent in how I tune things is David Anderson in how I move my hand on the tuning lever, and Dan Levitan on how to mute. And he introduced this to me about 20 years ago. It's called the move to tune ratio. How many strings can you tune before you take your hand off of the lever? Now, most people use a strip, so you can tune one string at a time, and then you can tune two strings, move the strip, tune two strings, move the strip. Or if you have two mutes, you can sidestep those mutes as you go up, and that's two strings per move. Dan introduced me to the three, which is essentially just the leapfrog. You're tuning three strings, so then the left and right is open. So you're tuning two strings per unison, and then you remove the seconds. You're actually passing three times through a section, but you're only removing two strips. And that's the other. Has anybody ever heard of that? Every other gap, right, in a section. And then you take a second strip and then mute the other gaps, every other gap. You understand?
We have a whiteboard if you want to draw it behind us.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, yeah, you mentioned like this is one of those things that I've learned. Yeah, seeing it, especially sitting at a piano. I'm not sure why you don't have a grand sitting here like you always do. Yeah, it's just the efficiency of how often can you tune a string without removing your hand from the lever. And it's called the move to tune ratio. And that's, there's different ways of doing it. Does everybody here tune with a strip or just single mutes? You just use mutes? Yeah. Well, most people, I think most people I would assume like me, I do sort of a hybrid. I strip and then I do mutes afterwards. But I'm curious to know how you single mute without a strip.
I take forever.
And of course, now, yeah. So I started this conversation with saying efficiency, right?
So you might think I'm inefficient.
Yeah. Well, see, at the school, we tune so quickly
Yeah.
in and out of studios and classrooms. I'm usually spending about 30 minutes on each piano. But on the complete end spectrum of that is that I see this piano every 3 weeks. So it's not out of tune, really. I'm just really cleaning up unisons and making sure there's no clicking or ticking or dampers are working. And so my efficiency in tuning is just extremely quick, 30, maybe 20, 30 minutes. Just kind of clean up the unisons.
So contrast that with me
Yeah.
being very old, the customer's been with me forever.
Yeah.
And we chat 15
I was gonna say,
minutes before you even get to the piano.
Yeah. Just,
And then we stop a couple times and chat.
so your time includes tea time with it, right? Yeah.
I am the most relaxed tuner ever. I take it out because I'm having great conversations with all these customers who with me for 30 years.
You know, I've gotten to that point, you know, where because I tune on Saturdays after the university. I'll take a Saturday and I'll tune maybe 2 or 3, and honestly, it's pretty good. It's really relaxed.
It's the best ever.
Yeah.
To be at this point in your career where you've spent years being as efficient as you can and get as much done.
Yeah, but working at Evola, you know, it was, you know, I was tuning probably 4 or 5, 6 a day. So, and that's where I got the efficiency from David Anderson. I like.
Categories of tuning.
What's that?
Yes.
Different categories of tuning.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you're, you know, on call for a concert.
Yeah.
You gotta go up there in between, you know, at halftime. You're gonna do
That's
as
right.
efficient as possible.
Yeah, well, it's and concentrating on a stage piano is a whole lot different than sitting in someone's living room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm sitting there tuning at Evola's in Toledo, and we had a guy that we brought in to do some floor tunings for us sometimes, and I'm not going to mention his name, but anyway, I'm over there tuning in one part of the store, and he's tuning in another, and it's like 20 minutes later, and he's done. And I said, man, how in the world can you tune that piano in 20 minutes? And he kind of went like this and looked both ways, and he says, you guys listen too close. And I think,
there's a lot of technique in pin setting. Yeah.
If it sounded better.
Yeah, that's it. You know, that was it.
Well, there's also a point where I'll take 5 minutes to set one pin on a D because it's just not behaving. Yeah. You know, there's 2 things that I've learned that the students and professors focus on, and that is unisons and continuity and regulation. As long as it feels all the same, it could be a half-inch let off. As long as it's across the board, it's fine. Yeah, but the unisons, you know, I was thinking about this. I'm not sure if it makes sense to you, but as we learn how to tune, we learn in a specific order. We do temperament, octaves, and unison. And that's how we think. Set the temperament, get the octaves, finish with the unisons. It wasn't until 10 years ago that I learned that people listen the opposite way. They listen to the unisons. They care about the octaves. They don't even know what a temperament is.
I can't hear it.
Yeah. So I've learned to concentrate on unisons, and it has significantly my tuning is so much better. And I talked about the muting efficiencies with strips versus mutes, because that makes a huge difference in your unisons and how they sound, whether strings are drifting or not, and always going back and checking. My colleague that I work with, Bill, he actually tunes with 5 single mutes, and he's leapfrogging them all the way up, and he's tuning one string, and then he goes back, and then he goes back and listens and see if anything is moving as he's going up, and he's always going back 5 or 6 strings as he's tuning up to see if anything is drifting. It's a pretty nifty technique. Just I don't have that many mutes, so yeah. But yeah, it's one of those things where I haven't put together a presentation of mutes because I'd love to do a visualization of like how things go. Dan Levitan did a fantastic class on it, and I learned all bunch of different techniques on how to mute.
We'll have to have it come back to you. And then we'll get a grand piano or something.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you gotta give it away.
yeah. Anything else? Anything else from you? I mean, I'll talk about pianos all day. So, yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I want to round out with just a couple of things. I've got a little bit of fun show and tell. I brought some vintage magazines from like the 20s, 30s, 40s. They're the Etude magazines, if any of you guys are familiar. We could pass these around. Please be a little careful. They're 100 years old or so. Here we go. We'll pass those out. Yeah. And then I've got an old Wing & Sons book. It's an advertisement book from 1906. So it's music. Yeah, what they used to do is they used to send these. You could subscribe to these. I think it's $0.25 per issue, or it's $1.25 a year, or something like that. And they cover topics. There's a bunch of really cool interviews in these things. The one that has John Philip Sousa on it on the front, it's that one that Matt has there. Yep. That has an interview with Henry Ford in it. So it's just and he's talking about music the entire time. And then they send you sheet music, of course, because how else are you going to get it in 1935 or whatever, but to have it mailed through you or a music store locally. And there was a small excerpt out of that specific one I'll read towards the end here. But then I've got also this, I love this thing. This is a little more busted. I'm just going to hold up some of the photos. But it is an old advertisement book, like I was saying, from Wing & Sons, showing their pianos in these beautiful detailed photos. And it's just, this is the kind of stuff that really interests me, is old advertising stuff. In those magazines, you'll find advertisements for the Detroit Music Conservatory, Cincinnati, the Peabody Conservatory. There's a whole bunch of advertisements in all those books from also all of the different piano brands that there were. So there's like Iverson, Pond, Gulbranson, Baldwin, just a whole bunch of different cool ads in each of those. So peruse those, and then we'll ship this around as well. Just kind of keep the two together. It's got the 5-pedal in there. Yeah, the 5-pedal Wing & Sons, where you've got your sustain, your quiet, your bass sustain, your rinky-tink rail, and then your mandolin feature. And that mandolin feature is a lead weight that just bounces against the string and continually strums while the note is pressed. So it's some super cool stuff in there. I just...
back in the day when piano tuners would advertise that they're going to be in a certain city.
Yeah.
At a certain month,
Right.
and they would stay at a hotel.
Yep. Some of those ads in the back are like, "Hey, capitalize your musical ear, learn how to tune." And then there's also like old cleaning solutions and stuff too, all your snake oils. But there's some cool ads. That's why I kind of want to bring and show those off a little bit. Yeah, right. No.
I was talking to a customer that was in her 90s, and she was telling me that when they used to go to music stores, there was a pianist there that would play the music for them before they made a decision.
That's cool.
So you could go in and there'd be a pianist and you pick the music and they would play it.
Yeah, just an on staff musician. That's fun. If I can just get that Philip Sousa one, I want to read a small excerpt from it because I found it very interesting. Thank you. It's on page 213. I'm not going to read the entire interview, but I find it interesting to compare it to the sentiment today of musicians. 217, and kind of this guy. He's so Frank Simon. He is the president of the American Bandmasters Association, conductor of his famous Armco Band, director of the band department of Cincinnati Conservatory of Music, and this is 1936, April of 1936. right in the end here, he says, a vital force is the heading. In the building of nations, in fact, in all civilization, music has played a significant part in that cultural leadership that has been necessary to intellectual progress. If we want America to hold its leading place in the future civilization, we must not neglect those worthwhile things that make for a greater and nobler people. Music in the schools, therefore, must be given its full opportunity to continue with its important contribution to this development. Some who oppose music in education say that we now have more musicians in this country than we can support, so why develop more? My answer is that if we do not teach music in schools, the appreciation of good music will lose its strongest impetus. And in the future, we shall have less need for the professional musician, and music will gradually lose its place in our national life. On the other hand, by developing through the schools a greater appreciation of good music, there will be adequate employment for all of those fine musicians, and those who do not meet the higher standard of musical excellence will naturally look to other fields for more appropriate employment. So isn't that interesting? 90 years ago, they're saying the same things, where there's a constant shrinking of the budget for music departments in schools. I mean, schools across the board. But even then, they were like, why should we develop more musicians that we don't have a need for? We've got so many. And now today we're kind of struggling, right? Not struggling, but there's less and less by the day, by the year, if you will. So just something I wanted to read out of this magazine. That kind of wraps my show and tell. Feel free to continue to peruse those. The last thing I wanted to cover, I talked about that open discussion in the email. And so I just want to pose these questions to the group in general. We've got a few guys here who aren't tuners yet, aren't technicians yet. They're still at the very beginning level. And so one of the questions, especially for the guys who are a little more seasoned, I would have is, how would you start today? And I've asked this of a couple of our meetings. How would you start today if you had kind of none of the skill? You were trying to learn something, but you also have to, work something else to make your bills, make sense when you don't have a clientele. So that's a pose to the group, if you will. That's a big question, I know. I'll tell you, let me start off with how I started. Because I'm probably, on the younger side of things. I had to work two jobs I worked at AutoZone. I have an automotive background, which is why the players make so much sense to me. I was a mechanic fresh out of high school, and then I worked at AutoZone, and I worked at Evola Music as an apprentice. Dave, you were there for some of that. And I had to, sleep on a couch for an hour at night so that I could get enough sleep to cover my closing shift over at AutoZone. So I did that for 4 years, just building this skill. That's never going to a client's home. That's never, really finishing a temperament or barely getting through a tuning. And then now, I've got my own clientele and I still work with the local dealers. So that with, I had a lot of tools already, so I didn't need, there's some specialty tools, of course, but screwdrivers, pliers, all that stuff I kind of already had, so I didn't have to keep spending money to kind of catch up. Because I think tools is a big part of what we do. So that's my, how I started, how I got into it. But, the newer guys might be thinking, how do I make this make sense? What should they focus on, or where would you start? Like I said, besides, because what I've noticed too is that the dealers are kind of shrinking in their ability to host someone without a ton of skill for any amount of paid money. So that's my take on it. But again, I'm open to the group, and I'd love to open that up to everybody. I know I talk fast.
I remember when my father tuned for years in his retirement years before I got started. He bought me my first set of tools and my first book and my first brown box tuner thingy that we had back then. I was working I was working in a hospital, and one lady there knew the X-ray technician knew that I wanted to learn how to tune pianos. So she said, I got this big old beater in my living room. You can come over. You can't make it any worse. And so I went. So I went over there after work one night, and I had 17 strings break on me. Oh my God. And so you notice I said I had them break on me. I didn't break them, but anyway.
That's right.
What I learned from that in retrospect is that if you're a young tuner, you need to get yourself a big old beater and break a bunch of stuff, because you're going to have to learn how to fix it, right? So that's a big part of it, I think. is not only reading the books and getting everything you can get from the guild and the learning hub on the website and all that stuff, but the hands-on part of it's really important too. So get yourself a big old beater and break a bunch of stuff because it's really important. You have, like I was saying before, there's a guy running around where I'm tuning right now that is a tuner out there, and when he can't even fix a string, when he breaks a string, when a string breaks on him, he calls me and pays me. So yeah, I just, every time I get a call or a text from him, I'm just like, what? So
There's technicals on how to repair strings.
Yes, yeah, but if he's not hooked in, if he doesn't know that.
he does.
Sure.
Now,
Yeah, there's
go ahead.
all those little repair things. We call them the playground.
Yep.
All of those videos are on the website.
Oh, great.
So if you need to learn how
So
to,
it's ptg.org and then
it's in the education hub. It's the
education.
technician's playground.
I think you have to be a member though to get on it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So the PTG being
You don't need a password. Campaign password.
Yes,
Yeah, you do.
There are certain parts of the
You were
website
assigned
you don't
a
have.
You have a password with your membership.
all right.
You know, I want to just point out that we do have an open shop here
Oh, yeah.
every Thursday
Yep.
afternoon from 2:30 to 5:30. And we do some very interesting things. And we've had 3 teenage boys here for a better part of 6 months, maybe, or longer.
Probably closer to a year.
And they both, 2 of them graduated from high school. The other one was already graduated.
He's a member. He's the newsletter. He's the newsletter editor. Yeah.
We have a ton of fun Thursdays, but we also learn a lot. 6 of tuning the piano. We've taken things apart.
Mhm.
We do a ton of stuff here.
That's a heck of a resource.
And so I just want people to know that. I mean, yeah, to drive already to Detroit and this and that, I understand it's not convenient. And, but honestly, we're here. And I personally feel like I owe this because all of the education I have gotten through the guild. I mean, everything I do today has been part and parcel of the guild teaching me. Yes, I've been a member since 1968. So a few years.
The journal only went to 79.
Existence of time.
Sure. Yeah. Those are some great takes. I think the hands-on thing is exactly the right answer. I mean, you can't possibly, right? You can't possibly do a hands-on thing without getting your hands on it. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, that's, yeah.
There was an article, and I thought this is very good. They threw this out. They said, "What are the craziest things you ever found in a piano?" Think about that. What are the craziest things you've ever
Cool stuff in the piano, though.
I found a jukebox.
I was tearing apart a big old upright, and I found the box. And he said the pedal wasn't working right, and I found the box filled with antique silver dollars under there. You know that, Robert? I said, whatever I find is mine. And he laughed. And he didn't even give me one.
That's always 50-50.
Yeah. I said, whatever I find is mine. That didn't work.
Yeah.
I had just tuned the piano and probably 3 weeks, and I got called back from the daughter who said, "This piano sounds horrible. Please come out here and find out what's wrong. I can't play it." So I'm curious too. So I run out there and it is making a bad noise. I mean, vibration and all kinds of stuff going on. And wasn't that way when I left it? So I'm looking the whole thing over, and finally I pulled the upright away from the wall, and the lady went on vacation and put her jewels right in the back of the soundboard.
For safekeeping.
Yeah, diamond bracelets, you name it. So I had to get it out first. But that's pretty different.
Yeah. The another thing I wanted to quickly touch on are like best business practices. one of the best ones I've heard that I just wanted to start with is scheduling your next appointment while you're with the client then. So, hey, I just tuned your piano. I have them play it. That's been pretty successful for me. But are there any other good tips from a group that like that, in that vein of things, that could help someone kind of level up that next thing for their own business? Since a lot of us are self-employed, right? I think you might be the only tech here who's got the the different thing.
I spent 14 years,
Of course.
you know, as a
Yeah,
But,
definitely.
you know, places like Reader Pianos, sometimes I think they are hiring,
Hmm.
beginning people,
Oh.
and they'll train.
That's really cool.
That's
I didn't know that.
That's a big operation. There's probably more operations like that around.
Hmm.
That's a good place to, put in a resume for sure.
I'm looking. No.
They certainly don't have the skills yet. You're coming
No.
up through that.
Yeah, I was
But
gonna
yeah,
say,
big
I'm
rebuilding jobs.
pretty old school because I started a dealer and I'm extremely blessed to get
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I understand. When I started in Smiley Village.
Yeah, because all of my customers came to my dealer.
Sure. Right. I was the last little generation to sneak in, and then it changed pretty vehemently. So. Yeah, I mean, Gamble. I attribute that all to Ryan Gamble. He really taught me everything about those players. So that worked on time. Yeah, saying you're going to be there, being there.
Yeah, and if I'm more than 5 minutes late, I call.
Mhm.
I'm on my way. I'll be there maybe in 10 or 15 minutes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because people know, but they don't like. I don't like waiting around.
No. Yeah, that's a really good tip. That's really good. Yeah. Akane, Gene, nothing. All good. Yeah. Yeah, scheduling the next one, right? That's a big one, I think. Dan, anything you found? No. All right. Just checking. Yeah, we covered the big ones. Yeah, definitely. Cool. I think that's a kind of a useful resource because that's something we don't talk about interpersonally, as guild members, is like what it looks like to run a business, or being self-employed, or the it's not that you want to give away your secret sauce necessarily, but you also don't want anybody falling behind, just like Dave talked about, where it's more of a group of peers than competition, is the way I've looked at it.
What I was taught was there's 200 years worth of pianos in the area.
Yeah.
There's plenty of work.
Definitely.
So people who hog those people and don't share secrets.
Yeah.
It's like there's enough work out there for all of us.
I think there's too much.
Too much.
Too much work, more work than people is the way I've phrased it. Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree more. I'm always happy to pass on a lead if it's like more fit to a different tech. Hey, I could probably do it, but you know who you should talk to.
Yeah, I mean, when I moved out of the area, I could have easily sold my business.
Right.
But instead, I just gave my customers, like, here, just call this guy.
Yep.
And call this guy. And I must have given away most of my customers, the people that I knew.
Thanks, Dave.
Sure.
So,
Yep. Yeah. I definitely view it as a group of peers, like I said, not competition. There's too much work. There's too much work for any one of us. So I can kind of wrap the meeting here, unless there's anything else we want to talk about.
So do we have anybody interested in presenting something at one of our meetings? I mean, we talked about that.
I missed the start of your sentence. I'm sorry.
I said, is there anybody thinking that they'd like to give a presentation? We talked about that for the next time.
Yeah, I mean, that's a permanent ask. So we're always, Dan mentioned maybe lining up in the fall for the Stretto. I'm not, narrow keyboard on the Steinway.
There's a lot of people asking about those.
Okay.
Yeah, because for kids, well, think about it. Kids taking violin lessons and stuff, they have smaller violins.
Sure.
But not only that, the ladies in general, some men, but in general, the ladies can't play a lot of the repertoire that they're talented enough to play. But physically, they don't have the capacity to take those temps and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a call even among professional pianists.
Yeah.
And teachers.
Mm-hmm. You're dead on. I think that's exactly a great resource there. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Another suggestion for a technical too is that when I moved to Lima, I joined the Dayton chapter. So now I'm a member of Dayton and here as well. And the Dayton chapter just had the piano playground in which the playground, Bill Davis and John Farnham and some other people put together this cool thing that is a great learning experience. And I don't care how experienced you are, everybody can learn something from it. And they got it to the point where they'll ship it to your chapter.
We've had it here.
Yeah.
Have you?
And we try to make some of those.
Mhm.
I probably got,
Yeah.
behind that curtain over there, I probably got about 8 of those.
Yeah. Well, get them out.
Yeah,
At
we
some
need to do
point.
that.
Mhm.
One of my customers gave me Grand Action Model. I don't have any need for it. There's somebody that would like a Grand Action Model.
Is it like one of these up here?
Yeah, it's like a single.
Yeah, if anybody needs any tools, don't be afraid to reach out to the chapter and ask too, because like I got boxes and tons of stuff from technicians that have died, retired, whatever. My father's, mine, they're like in boxes in my storage area that, if you need anything, we can figure out how to get it to you.
Awesome. This is what an incredible set of resources we just covered, in this meeting. That's successful in my mind.
And I've got books too that, like in the past, they had these collections of articles that were in the journal from way back. Like one was about pin blocks, and one was about regulation, and one was about voicing.
Mhm.
Booklets about this thick that have got a compilation of articles in there, and I had a whole set of them too. So if anybody wants to see anything like that, don't be afraid to reach out.
Yeah.
The chapter, and we'll figure out how to get it to you.
Yeah, that is, just thinking about it, I've got an old booklet on, it's like a field service guide for pneumatic player stuff. And so I, as far as I know, I'm the only one besides Mark who's willing to tackle them anymore. But, I've got those available if anyone ever wants to peruse them. I got handed a bunch of those. It's probably a stack like that of just little booklets, field service on a Duo Art, field service on an Ampco, just stuff like that, handy to have, because there's not much info that I've found, though I haven't looked too hard. So cool. All right, guys, that's it, I think. Meeting adjourned, eh? Yeah, I second.
I prefer the meeting adjourned, eh?
Yeah. That's